Hey, Julian, man, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's good?
Man, glad to have you back on the show, man. Definitely want to talk to you about your fitness and entrepreneurship journey, man. I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah, definitely. Excited about all these changes that have been happening. We been working for a while now and starting to really see the path. Things are starting to get clear.
Big facts, big facts. Bro, how was the transition leaving your last gym?
Oh, it was pretty smooth. It was definitely a leap of faith. And what's funny is things happen really fast. But I guess if I could go to like a mantra I always try to live by is just try to always be ready, stay ready for that next step. And that's really what happened to me. I was literally thinking 1 week just about the next level of my business, about how I was gonna like level up, take things to the next step. So I felt like I was not stuck, but I was like ready for like a level up. And literally almost like that next week, I started meeting people, started making connections, just started researching, looking at what's out there as far as opportunities. And then opportunity kind of just fell in my lap. Really, it seemed like by chance, but I know I'm a man of faith, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't by chance. But I was starting to open up my mind toward that. I was ready for it. And then, just made the transition. Took about 2 weeks and just prepped my clients, and that's it. We made the move.
Were you scared when you first started?
With this, I'd say not scared. I mean, I was mentally prepared. That'd be a little bit of adversity. So for me, I guess just full transparency. When I say adversity, meaning that things might change. I'm paying more as far as overhead, going to the gym where I'm at now versus I had no overhead before because I was literally just training people out of my apartment complex where I live, which is a good start, but I knew I always wanted to level up. So more overhead now. Lost a few clients. I knew that might happen too. Because I changed a little bit of the services I offer. I stopped going to people. I now they all come to me, which I think overall is the best long term anyway. But I think there's going to be a little bit of adversity, some little bit of setbacks, but overall I was ready for it.
Fire. What were the challenges that you've had in having your own space?
Good question. So far, I've been blessed that this space that we're at now is wide open. Everything was kind of like white label. Like I was able to go in, put my own branding on it, things like that. So there hasn't been any big setbacks, like I said, other than what I already expected. Obviously, when you do have your own space, you're more in charge of all the day-to-day maintenance, the cleaning, keeping up the equipment, making sure you're in charge of who goes in and out, the environment, things like that, safety, all that good stuff. So there's a day-to-day, like more day-to-day maintenance, more day-to-day work. As well as obviously promoting advertising from the ground level. But I was looking forward to that. So even though it is more of a challenge versus what I was doing before, it's something that I'm fully embracing for sure.
Dope, man. What is your ultimate goal in this?
So it's a good question. I mean, this is the next step for me. Basically, more so sharing a space with other coaches, other trainers. Ultimately, my next level or my ultimate goal is definitely going to be still having my own space. For me, that could be in this current situation, or it might be, another location, but really branching out toward having multiple locations, or having some locations that are specifically more fitness and training based, like this one is. Some of my locations may be more health and wellness focused, where we're serving up nutritional items and things like that. And that's more of the focus being more of a healthy cafe, but keeping all of it under the same umbrella, under my brand. That's the ultimate goal. And then as well as for me, eventually wanted to be more of the owner and having different operators at these locations and just being kind of more behind the scenes instead of doing all the work up front myself. But definitely bringing a team with me and empowering other coaches, giving them chances to do stuff like what I've done and take these steps as well for themselves.
Super dope, man. What kind of advice would you give to coaches who are just starting out?
Biggest advice I can give to a coach that's starting out is definitely ask yourself what you want long term. A lot of times, and the reason I say that, because a lot of times I see coaches and trainers out there who they love fitness. They got into coaching other people because they love fitness, but they have a very short-sighted mindset. And what I mean like that is they haven't fully embraced the entrepreneurial mindset yet. And what I've seen to really be a successful long-term coach and long-term trainer, you have to think outside the box. You have to treat your individual business, no matter whether you're in a commercial gym, you're on your own, you're, just doing it part-time on the side, whatever. Treat whatever time you're putting into that business with your clients, et cetera, getting new clients, all those things, like a real business. That means you have a business plan. You're giving the fullest level of service to your clients. You're mapping things out, 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, ABC. You're taking things seriously and you're being a professional about it. Fitness is a hobby for a lot of people, but if you're a coach and you're calling yourself a coach or calling yourself a trainer, this is a business for you. Yes, you may still love it like it's a hobby, but it's a business for you. So definitely have a plan, have a long-term mindset, and ask yourself what you really want out of this opportunity.
Do you have an ideal client? And if you do, what is the ideal client for you?
That's a great question too, and actually something it took me a while to figure that out, but yes, short answer, I do. Long answer is I believe, and I'm fully confident I can help anybody, no matter what their background is, no matter what their shape, size is, no matter what their age is, things like that. But if I had to give a fully transparent answer, my ideal client, who I vibe with the most, who I empathize with the most, is the adult professional that started life, has started maybe having kids, working a job, or has their own business, things like that. They're usually busy, they usually lack time, and they just need somebody to make things simpler for them, to map out a plan for them and get them where they need to go. They're willing to put in the work. Maybe they used to be a former athlete. Maybe they used to be active when they were younger, and they just kind of lost their mojo a little bit. They just need that person to kind of guide them to get back on track, to kind of figure things out. Willing to put in the work, like I said, and just may not have the time necessarily to start from scratch with themselves. So my job is to come in, kind of help guide them along the way, and basically ultimately get them to not only get to where they were, but get them mentally on a higher level than what they were and regain confidence.
That's dope, man. How have you reached fulfillment in entrepreneurship and going off and doing your own thing?
For me, it kind of starts with, give you the long answer, like when I was younger, I realized I liked working with people. I liked helping people. Growing up throughout high school, I started taking like these little small like leadership roles in my church and my school, different student organizations. And over time, I realized there are some leadership skills that I have. Well, some I have now, but I started developing them a long time ago. And for me, being an entrepreneur and being a coach kind of goes hand in hand. It gives me a chance to just realize the potential I have with kind of leading people and guiding people. To me, it's the same thing. To me, being a coach, being an entrepreneur, fitness trainer, whatever you want to call it, to me, it all ties in together. And it just comes into influencing people and also helping people. If in my mind and in my heart, I'm looking at every day like I get a chance to help more people, I get a chance to give them something of value that's going to help them get closer to where they want to go, that maybe they just lacked the knowledge or lacked the resources to get somewhere, but had a desire, had the ambition. My goal is just come in and just provide that, lay it out for them, and then help them take those steps.
Is there anything that you want to add to like future clients or future coaches, like anything that you want to tell them?
Biggest thing I would just tell to future clients or potential clients is to ask yourself what you want and why you want it, specifically when it comes to health, wellness, nutrition, fitness. A lot of times the only reason I think that people don't start or they procrastinate or they delay getting started or working on their goals is they just haven't clearly identified exactly what they want. Maybe they've yo-yoed around different methods, different plans, things like that, or either they don't necessarily know why they want it. I mean, we all know what we should do to get healthier, get in shape. We know we should eat better, know we should exercise more, but do we really know why we want those things? Maybe for you it's something simple. Maybe it's something materialistic or something more of a vanity goal. For me, I just want to look good taking my shirt off on the beach, to be honest. But then ultimately you may find a reason that's a little bit deeper than that. Maybe you want to be a good example for your kids, or maybe you had a relative or one of your parents that had really bad health conditions, or they maybe, God forbid, somebody passed away in your family from a bad health condition or cancer, something like that. Maybe for you, you take that to heart and you don't want to be in those same shoes. So you want to take the steps now to prevent that from happening to you and to live your best life right now. So whatever that reason is for you, everybody's different, but just I would say identify what that is and then hold on to it.